Hey guys, it's Aaron Carr alongside Eric Epler. We just put the finishing touches on the PIAA Class 5A title game. Archbishop Wood beats Gateway 49-14. This one was well in hand at the half. Archbishop Wood led 42-0 at halftime. The mercy rule clicked on to begin the second half. The Vikings really were celebrating this one and basking in this second straight Class 5A title win. In the first quarter, they were up 21-0. It seemed early in this game.
Yeah.
It was 14-0 early, 21-0 early. They've been thinking about this title win for a while now, throughout the last few hours. What stuck out to you today in this just really dominant performance by the Vikings?
To me, it was the guys up front, the 5 offensive linemen. Connor Bishop is kind of the lead dog for Archbishop Wood up front. They do flop their offensive lines, but they were running really heavy to the right side with Nasir Peoples, and every single run looked like a semi-truck going through a marshmallow bed. I mean, it was just, I don't mean to put Gateway down, but they just were not prepared for that kind of grit and that kind of steamrolling action by this offensive line. Yeah, they're, look through their losses were too, and we talked about that a little bit before. They lost to a couple top 25 ranked national teams, and then they spew off, 11 straight wins to get here, and they've been here now, 5 out of the last 7 years, something like that. But yeah, to me, it was all about the offensive line and the 2 tight ends too. I mean, they go too strong and just dare you to stop them, and Peoples just kept running really hard. I was so impressed too on how hard their running backs ran the football. Even when it looked like Gateway may have sprung a leak there and gotten through and penetrated, first contact did not bring these guys down. It was just all about strength, all about exacting their will.
This guy right here, Nasir Peoples,
was fabulous. You want to get in?
Yes.
All right, this is the man right here. Nasir Peoples ran for 269 yards in this game. Only 4 touchdowns. He was slacking a little bit in this one. Nasir, what can you tell us about this performance? Because obviously this game was well in hand pretty quick.
My teammates just did a great job helping me, and it was all done.
Nasir, you talked earlier, your brother and your cousin were at the same stage against Bishop McDevitt in 2011. You told me earlier you were certainly thinking about them today with your performance. Yeah. Just, what does it mean to you to, continue this family tradition of just dominating here at Hersheypark Stadium?
It feels great to finish it. I mean, hopefully the next one can come up and do the same thing.
The 68-yard touchdown run that you had early on, I mean, I think tonight, for maybe people that hadn't seen you guys, you really showed off your speed here tonight. Like I've talked about the offensive line, the physicality up front that those guys have. But really, I think, myself and a lot of other people realize, man, Nasir Peoples is a blazer out here. Is that like, maybe an underrated part of your game?
I believe so. I mean, I've always been fast, but most people don't think so, I guess. Long strides, I don't know.
You said you were angling toward a performance like this, and you wanted it all year. I mean, you guys were ready, and you were ready to put up this kind of numbers, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
269, is that career high?
Yes, it is.
Sweet. Not too shabby, right?
No.
Final game of the season. Make sure the guys, because the offensive line, they're going to rip that 5-pound chocolate bar up. Make sure you get a piece of that.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Thanks for stopping by a little bit.
Thank you.
I don't know whose helmet that is. Grab that puppy. All right.
He does it all.
He does. Cleans up after he's the last guy off the field. Look, now they're dancing. Fabulous. It was a tremendous effort. I mean, I actually felt a little bit bad for Gateway because they were clearly outmanned in this performance. They, so much will to get by Manheim Central last week, and a tremendous win in the semifinals out at Mansion Park in Altoona. To get here is a great feather in their cap. But man, oh man, they were never really in this ball game. Never.
They had 2 just really deep pass plays for the touchdown late. So I mean, maybe that's something to take away from today's performance. But yeah, I mean, it's once again the Vikings came in second year in a row. They won the Class 5A championship. Nasir Peoples headed to Virginia Tech. The tight end Kyle Pitts, he's headed to Florida. So they've got those 2 Power 5 guys on their roster. Just a talented group. Steve Devlin's crew is battle tested here. They're experienced. And like you said, 5 out of the last 7, they've owned this stage, and this is their 4th state championship.
4th state championship. Yep.
And again, this is Archbishop Wood beat Gateway 49-14 in the Class 5A title. Tomorrow, Middletown and Quaker Valley in the 3A championship
at high noon.
And then the main event of championship week, St. Joseph's Prep against Pine Richland in the Class 6A championship. 2 nationally ranked teams going at it. Of course, PennLive will have coverage of those 2 games tomorrow. So follow PennLive.com for all the coverage during championship week. Thanks again to our special guest, Nasir Peoples, who's he's having a great night. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.